Good afternoon. Welcome to the weekly ICTY press briefing. My name is Magdalena Spalinska. I'm the spokesperson for Registry and Chambers. And of course, I'm also joined here today by Fred Swinnan, Special Advisor to the Prosecutor. Welcome back to the Tribunal after the winter recess. I would like to take this opportunity as well to wish everybody a happy new year. Activities in the courtroom resumed on Monday with the continuation of the presentation of the prosecution case in the case of Goran Hadžić. Hearings will resume tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning in courtroom 2. Hearings in the trial of Ratko Mladić will resume tomorrow with the testimony of Patrick van der Weyden, who will be the 58th witness to testify on behalf of the prosecution. Van der Weyden is an expert in the use of snipers, and his testimony will primarily be about the sniping incidents during the war in Sarajevo. Proceedings in the trial of Radovan Karadzic will also resume next week, on the 15th of January, at 9 o'clock in the morning in courtroom 1. The next witness is expected to be Miroslav Gagovic, who will be testifying about events during the war in Sarajevo as a former Yugoslav army officer. He will be the 52nd witness to be called by the defense. On the 14th of December of last year, the accused filed a revised list of witnesses he intends to call for his defense case. The list numbers approximately 390 witnesses. The accused's appeal on the decision granting him 300 hours for the presentation of the defense case is currently pending before the appeals chamber. 2 status conferences will be also held this week. The first on Thursday, the 10th of January, in the case of Šajnović and others at 2:30 in the afternoon, then followed by a second one in the appeals case of Popović and others on Friday, 11th of January at 9:30 in the morning. Now turning to some key developments which occurred during the winter recess. Vidoje Blagojević, a former Bosnian Serb army commander, was sentenced in 2007 to 15 years of imprisonment for crimes committed in Srebrenica, was granted early release and returned to Belgrade from a prison in Norway. The release follows the 3rd February 2012 decision of the tribunal's president, Judge Theodor Meron. The president considered several factors when evaluating the application. While finding that Blagojevic's crimes were of extremely high gravity, the president considered his good behavior during detention, which demonstrated a degree of rehabilitation that weighed in favor of his early release. The president concluded that Blagojevic's request should be denied at the time, but that he should be granted early release effective from 31st of December 2012. On the 4th of December 2012, the president issued an order granting the request of the Norwegian authorities to effectuate Blagojevic's release on the 22nd of December due to logistical difficulties in facilitating the release on the 31st of December. Now, in the case of Zdravko Tolimir, the parties have been ordered to file their notices of appeal by 12th of March 2013. On 12 December 2012, Tolimir, who is former assistant commander and chief of intelligence and security of the main staff of the Bosnian Serb army, was sentenced to life imprisonment for genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes committed in 1995 after the fall of Srebrenica and Žepa in Bosnia and Herzegovina. No appeals were filed by any party following the delivery of the acquittal judgment in the retrial of Ramush Haradinaj, Idris Balaj, and Lahi Brahimaj, delivered on the 29th of November 2012. Consequently, the judgment is now final and the case is completed. In line with the tribunal's completion strategy, the field offices in Zagreb and Pristina closed on 31st of December. The offices were instrumental in bridging the gap between the tribunal and the region, and actively engaged with local partners, including national bodies, civil society, and victims' associations. The offices played an important role in judicial liaison matters, capacity building of national courts, and also in outreach activities. The field offices in Belgrade and Sarajevo will remain open and continue supporting the work of the tribunal and encouraging regional dialogue about the ICTY's legacy. Thank you very much. Fred, the floor is yours.
I have no statement, but I also would like to wish you a very happy New Year, and I look forward to continuing working with you and as good as we did last year. So, Happy New Year.
Do you have a witness list for?
Yes, we shared a witness list, Mladic, yesterday, I think,
Okay.
with the 6 next witnesses. And as you mentioned, the first is Patrick van der Weyden. Yeah.
Any other questions? If not, well, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.